Okay guys, welcome once again to Updalytics. This is a very simple dashboard I want to share with you today. But before then, let me show you some of the videos I have on my channel. Remember to subscribe, like, and share for you to get the latest update. I'll be releasing a lot of videos soon. I'll also branch towards SQL as well. I'll be teaching SQL for beginners. So stay tuned. So remember to subscribe, like, and share. If you look at my channel here, I have quite a number of videos. In all, I think I have 34, 33 are on Power BI. I think the last three were older videos I did early in the days, I think few years back. Okay, and I'm also bringing in this new one, which is a very simple one. But let's look at what we have here. Okay, so on the screen, you can see that we can select whether we want the dashboard to only give us only sales records or profit. So if you select profit, you can see everything here change to profit. If you select sales, you see everything here change to sales. You can also filter by furniture. You can filter by year. On this side, we have the KPIs. We have sales, profit, quantity, customers. Okay. So, and also another interesting thing that I put here just to play, you can change this. You see, you can change it. You can also get this by month. You can get it by quarter. You can also get it by day. Okay, and then you can see that we have the three categories here. So technology, furniture, and office suppliers. There is also something else that I added, which is the drill through. You can just, let's say for example, I select furniture here, and I select maybe this year, which is 2021. I can just right click here and drill through to sales details, and then you can see everything here will just be narrowed down to 2021 furniture. You can see the same total on this side. So let's go back. I can also, for example, let's say I want to drill down to a particular category. Let's say this one. I can also come here, drill through to sell details, and then I have that only for that category. Then I can also go back. Okay, so without wasting too much time, let's get started. Okay, so I have a blank Power BI desktop here. So what I'm going to do is to import the data. I got this data from a friend actually. Okay, so we have our data here. As you can see, we have the order date here, customer name, state, we have the category, we have subcategory, product name, sales quantity, and then profit. There is nothing much we have to do here. We just leave it as it is and then close and apply. Okay, so we have our data loaded here now. You can see. Okay, so what we need to do first is to bring in our calendar. Okay, so just like I've been doing in my previous videos, I have the calendar somewhere here. So what I'll do is to create a new table. So I'll go to table view, then I'll click new table. Okay, so I'll just paste this here, and what it's doing is just to use the calendar tool. You can see I have some comment here. It generates a date table based on the available date range in the model. Okay. And then we have only one date there, which is the order date. So if you look at here, let me open this. Now hold on, the data, you can see the order date here. So it's going to pick this from the minimum to the maximum. So you can see, so how many years do we have here? You can see we have 4 years, so from 2021 to 2024. Okay, so out of this date I got the year, the quarter number, the quarter, I got the month number, the start of month. I don't think I need this, I'll take it out. the weekday and the weekday number. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is to link the two tables. So I'm going to link this date to the other date. Okay, so I think everything is fine here. One too many single, so I click save. This will create a relationship between these two tables. Okay, now another thing we need to do, if you look at the calendar table here, for example, if I select let's take a table and then I select the month, you realize that it's sorted in ascending order based on the name, and that's not what we want. We want to sort it starting from January till December. So what we have to do is to select month here. We go to sort by column. Which column are we using to sort it by? We'll use the month number. And when you do that, it should be able to now start from January to December. So you can see it here. Okay, so now before we continue, I want to do something else. I think I did this in my previous video. So we need to customize our current theme. So you can see customize the current theme here. So what you do is to go to view, you go here themes, and then you select customize current theme. Okay, so I have some particular colors I want to use. So the first one will be this, the second one should be this, so I don't have to always change the colors, and then the third one will be this. Okay, so this is how I want it. You can change the name and save it, that is fine. And after that, let me check if there are other things that I can also change right away. Okay, so for title, I want it to be Sego UI, cars and API. I want the font to also be Sego UI, and then here the font size by default should be 30. Okay, tab headers, I think this is fine. We go to visuals, background by default, I want it to be transparent. I can leave the rest. Let's go to page, the page background, I want it to be transparent by default. Okay, so let's apply this, then now we can start. Now for I need two pages. For the first page is going to be overview. Okay, so let's bring in the background I created for that. I'll make that also available for you to practice along. So let's go to browse, go here, we go to this images and icons overview. Okay, so this is the first background we are going to use. Now I need to create some measures. Let's create a table that will keep our measures. Okay, so enter data here, and the table will be, let's say, underscore measures. Okay, so let's load this. And what do we need? Let's look at our first dashboard. Okay, so we need the sales, we need the profit, quantity, and the number of customers. Okay, so let me go here. This is the newly created table, so I'll create one measure for sales. Okay, so this is going to be sales, and then it's going to be sum of sales. And then we need to also calculate the profit. So this is going to, we can use TMDL as well, but let's just continue. So profit is going to be sum profit. So we have a column for profit already. Okay, and the next one is going to be the number of customers. So let's create this. So customers will be, we'll use a distinct count just to be sure we don't count a customer twice. So distinct count, and then it's going to be customer name. and the next one is going to be the quantity sold. So another measure, and that's going to be quantity. Okay, so this will be some quantity. Okay, so I think we are done now. I'm going to keep it very simple. So we have just 4 measures. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to bring in our new card, the card new. Okay, so we have our card new here. So the first thing I need to bring in is the sales. The second one is going to be the profit. The third one is going to be the customers, and the last one will be quantity. But I don't want it this way, so I'll go to layout. I'll select single column, and then I'll just say I want the maximum card should be 4 because I have 4 in total. Okay, so I can break it here, and then I'll take it down like this. Okay, so let's do our formatting right away. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is to go to cards, and then when you go to card, rounded rectangle. Okay, so this is going to be maybe something like 10. Okay, 7 is okay, let's make it 10. Okay, so we have something like this, and when we go down here, I don't want the border. Okay, and let's do a bit of formatting also from this side. So profit should be currency, and the decimal place should be 1, and I'll do the same thing for sales as well. Decimal place should be 1. Okay, so you can see we are ready from this side. Now let's bring in our icons quickly. Okay, so I'll go to images. Then when I get there, instead of selecting each one of them, what I want to do first is to just enable bring in one, format it, then I can use that same formatting for the rest. So in this case, I'll browse to the first one is sales, so I'm going to use this icon. Okay, so it will be applied to all of them, and what I want to do next is to say, okay, so the size should be, let's say 30. Profit icon, I'll just drop it here. I'll make that also available to you. Let's go to customers, then we select customers. Where is it? Okay, so we take it, and then the last one is going to be quantity. So I think we can also select quantity icon from here. Okay, so we have the quantity icon also. This stack column chart. Okay, so we have this here, and then what I want to do is to go to calendar. I'll bring in date. Okay, so when I bring in date, I'll now go and bring in sales. Okay, now another thing I need is to bring in the category. So let's bring in the category and see how it looks like. So you can see that here we have furniture. This side we have office supplies, and then here we have technology. Okay, that's good. So what we have to do is to, this is coming for only sales, but we have profit. So what we want to do is to have a slicer somewhere here where I can select, okay, so show me for profit, show me that of sales. So what we are going to do is to go to modeling and then create a new parameter, but this time it's going to be field parameter. Okay, so here I will just say sales profit param, and then here I'll select sales, and then I'll select profit, and I'll click create. Once created, what I need to now do is that, because now if you select, it's not going to affect any of the visuals. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to select here. Okay, and then on the y-axis where I have the sales, I'll select sales profit param. Okay, so now if I select sales, it comes as sales. If I select profit, it comes as profit. Okay, so this is going to be useful for all of them. Now let me format this quickly. So we'll go to we'll change it to tile slicer. Okay, so I'll turn off the title. When I go to layout, it's saying that the card should be 3 maximum. So I'll just make it 2. You can leave it, no, sorry, the column. Either you change the column to 2, change the row to 1, okay? Or what you can also do is to go here, select single row because you are maintaining just 1 row, okay? And then here is asking for the maximum buttons that should be shown. Okay, so let's now reduce this, put it on top here. Okay, maybe before we go, we can quickly format it so that we can use the same formatting for the rest. Okay, so how do we then do that? We go to buttons, okay, and then here we don't need the border. I want the size to be narrow, okay, and I want the call out values to be centered. So we have this. Now when it is selected, I want the, so let's say when it is selected, I want the color here, that's the call out value, to be white. Okay, I think it's already white. That is fine. So let's now go to buttons again, and here by default when it's not selected it's okay, but when it is selected we want the fill color to be this color. Okay, so this is it, and what I did was to just make the transparency something like 40 or 50. Okay, so this is fine, and then we go down here. Maybe you would love to have the accent bar, but when it's selected, the accent bar should be bottom here. When it's selected, it should have this color. Okay, so we can just make the width 4. Okay, so let's do this here, let's do this here. This is fine. Okay, so you can rework on this if you want, but that is fine for now. And the shape, I think I added I made it rectangle, rounded rectangle for the shape, and then I changed this one to something like 9 or 10, so or 7. Okay, so this is fine for us now. Now let's continue with this. Now there's something that you need to check here. Let's expand it down. Look, so it's giving us the year and the quarters, and then let's go down. Sorry, let's go down again. Then we see the month. Okay, but the way the months are, this is not how I want it. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did. So let's go all the way up again. Now number 1, we have the years here. Okay, now number 2, we have this here. Okay, we go up 1, we come down here, we have this way. If you want it this way, you go down again, we have the month this way. Okay, but I want the month shortened, so what I did was to just create my own hierarchy with my month, the original month. So let's do that quickly, and then that's what we are going to use for this. Okay, so here I'll select here, right click here, and then I'll create hierarchy. Now in that hierarchy I need to add the quarter, so I'll add the quarter here to the year hierarchy. I'll add the month to the year hierarchy, and then I'll add the day, the weekday as well, to the year hierarchy. Okay, so now instead of using the date that we have here, I can just change it to the year hierarchy. Okay, so look at what I have now. So when I select it again, I go down, then I go up once more, come down. You see the months now are shortened. go down, you see we have the days. Okay, now when you look at the days, start with Friday and co, and that is also what we did for month, so we are going to do the same thing for day. So I'll go to weekday, I'll select weekday, I'll go to column, then I'll now sort it by weekday number. Okay, when you do that, you can see we have this here now. Okay, so we can continue. So let's do formatting quickly before I show you how I switch between the quarter, month, year, and day. Okay, so quickly we take out the title from the x-axis, the y-axis we take out the title as well. Okay, so for the gender, what we did was to just turn off the title, and then this move to the top right. Okay, so this is it. This title maybe can change to off. Okay, so we can leave this like this here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I've done it in one of my video, I think many of my videos before. We'll put some bookmark. Number one is going to be year, so let's go all the way back to year. Okay, so this is it. So number one is going to be like this. So what we have to do is to create those bookmarks. So let's go to bookmark 1, 2, 3, 4. Number one is going to be year, so Y. Number two is going to be quarter. Number three is going to be month, and then day. Okay, so now let's look at what I'm going to do. First of all, let's bring in the selection. Okay, so we may not even need the selection at this stage. Okay, so I'll select this. Now for currently it's on year, so I'll right click on Y, select visual, selected visuals. I'll right click again and say update. Okay, the next one is I'll click here to make it look this way. You may go ahead and continue this way to have the quarters this way, but I want it the other way, or rather, okay, this way. So I'll select this now, go to quarter, selected visuals, then I'll go again, update. Now look at what happens. When I go to Y, we have Y. When I go to Q quarter, we have quarters like this. Okay, so the next one is going to be, let me go up, go down here to the next level. This is not what I want. Next level, we have the month. Okay, so for the month, I'll just click selected visuals, then I'll click update again. So look, quarter, year, month. Then I'll do the same thing for day. Okay, so here day is already showing. I'll go to D, selected visuals, and then I'll go again, update visuals. So let's look, Y, Q, M, D. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, now let's put those buttons here. So let's let's go to insert, we go to buttons, navigator, then we bring in our bookmark navigator. So you can see it here. We make it this way. Okay, so this is it. Maybe we'll format this also later, but look at it. Control click D, control click M, control click Q, control click Y. So we have this here now. Let's reduce the size of the bars. So I'll go to columns, go to layout, then make it maybe 60. is okay. So let's go again, Q, D. Okay, this is fine. Now another thing that I did was to switch between this and a line chart. So I can just copy the same visual, bring it down here, and then change it to a line chart. So make sure it is still selected, and then you go to line chart here, then you have it here. So the lines should be smooth, so I'm going to select smooth. So you see what we have here now. Now one is going to cover the other, but currently when I select Y, it's only affecting this, so we need to make sure it's affecting both. So first of all, I'm in Y here, so let's also make sure we are in Y here. Okay, so I'll now go back to my bookmark again and look at this. I'll select the two visuals. Once selected, I'll go to Y again, right click, selected visuals are already okay, then I'll click update. Now I'll make sure the two of them are on quarter, so let me select quarter here also. So I'll select this, select quarter here, okay, then I'll go to Q, click update. So let's see, Y, Q, Y, Q. Okay, so let's do the same thing for month. So I'll come out again, go down one level again, then I'll do the same thing here, come out, go down one. So we have these two, that is monthly. So I'll make sure the two of them are selected. I'll go to month and then click update. Now the last one is going to be D, so that's for days. So I'll also go here, do the same thing, then I'll select D. So right click on the bookmark and then click update. So now let's look at it. Y, Q, M, D. Okay, so now I need to put one on the other, but because the background is transparent, it's not allowing us to hide one. So what we have to do is to go back to the visual here, go to background, and then change it back to 0, and then I'll do the same thing for this also, change it back to 0 so that it can cover each other. Now I need to create another bookmark to hide and show each one of them, just one. So this is on top of this. So if this is on top of it, so what we need to do is to select, is to create two bookmarks for this. So let's go to bookmark again, then we'll add another one, and this time is going to be, let's say, hide, and then another one will be show. Okay, now look at what is happening. When I add the bookmark, it's adding to this right away automatically. Meanwhile, we don't need it here, so I'll show you a way. Okay, so let's focus on this first. Now here I want to hide and show this, so I'll make sure, let's go to selector. So this is currently selected. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go to show, selected visuals, and then I'll go to update. So anytime I click show, it will show. Now I'll go to hide it. I'll make sure it's selected. Okay, I'll go to hide, make sure it's selected, click hide here, go to hide, selected visuals, and then update. So let's try show, hide. Hide is not working. Let's try it again. So I'll select this, make sure I go to hide. Okay, selected visual is already selected, so I'll make sure it's selected, hide, then I'll say update. So show, hide. Again, we need to try it once more. So I'll select this again, hide, so show, hide. show hide. Okay, so show, then is going to be on top here. I want to resize it well. Okay, and what we need to do, because they are all showing here, we need to group them. So let's go to our bookmark again. I'll select this all the way here. So control, let's say Y, control Q, control M, control D. Okay, then I'll just right click and say group. So this group will be called period, and then this group, I'll select this again, select this, control. Then what I'll do is to create a group also for this, and this group will be called show hide. Okay, so now to take this out of this, let's go to our formatting tool. We go to bookmarks, then we select, allow this selection, then we select, look at what I did. Before it wasn't showing, so I click here before it showed, just in case. So we have period here, and I can copy and paste this, and this is going to be for show hide. Now for show hide, I don't want to show the caption like this. Okay, so let's go back here to our bookmark. In the show hide, the show is showing the line chart, and then the hide is hiding it. So it's showing the bar chart, rather the bar. So let's just select this window dot. Okay, so I'll go here and select, so we are in the hide. So hide will actually show the line, the bar rather. Okay, so let's use the bar here. Let's use this one for it. And then for show, let me try it again. This is showing the bar rather. Okay, so let's put this one in the show. And then for bar, double click, go remove it, window dot, then we go and get the bar. Okay, so I have bar here, something like this. You can get something even more beautiful than this, that's fine. Okay, so we have this now. When it is selected, let's go to star. When it's selected, it should use, the font should be white, and then the fill should be this. Just that will make it a bit transparent by 60. Okay, so this one also same thing. You can see how it's behaving. So let's now put this here. This also, when it is selected, the font is okay. The fill should be this color. Make it maybe 60. Okay, and no border. We can add the accent bar, that is fine. So look at this now, Q, Y, D. Okay, we are switching between the two. M, Q, Y. Okay, so this is fine. Now let's move to the next one. It's a very simple one. So let's quickly bring in our donut chart, and this is going to take what is going to take the category. Okay, that's number one. And the values, we are not going to select sales or profit here, so we are going to select our param. So for values, so I'll just go to our param here, then I'll just drag and drop it here, so that whatever is selected here will be reflected here. You can see, so for sales, you can see for profit, you see technology has given us a lot of profit. Okay, so this is fine. Now do we have to do formatting? Let's reduce the size of the title. Okay, so another formatting we can do is to go to legend, take out the title. Okay, so we just bring it down on top right, just like we did for this here. And what else? So we can just put it here. The legend, the slices can be reduced. Okay, so let's go here. 80 is okay. Yeah, so the title here can go up. We can take out the title from this and create our own title. Okay, and I'll do the same thing for this also with our own title, so that we can write the title somewhere here. So let me show this. I'll show this. Okay, so one is on top of the other. Okay, so we've created this now. The next one we need to create is a sales by status. Okay, so let's bring in the sales by status. I use the clustered bar chart is what I use for sales by status. Okay, so this is going to by state rather, so it's going to take first of all the state. So let's go for the state. Okay, and then for the x-axis we bring in the sales and profit. Then we have this now. So let's take out the title here, and then take out the title also from the down, and maybe the title I'll reduce it to 12. Okay, so this is it. You can scroll all the way down. Now if you don't want these values down here, you can use the data labels. Okay, so what we need to do now, the interesting thing here is that if you select sales, you see sales by state. If you select profit, you see profit by sales. Okay, by state. Okay, so now what we need to bring in next is our map. So let's go here and select shape map. Okay, so this is going to be by each side here, and what is going to take is we select the state, and then also we select this, and now you can see put it in the legend. Now what we need to do is to, let me check if I have. Now you can see nothing is happening here, so just a minute. So what we need to do is just to drop this down here. You can see for color saturation, and this should be fine. So when I go to my map settings, if you want to format this, that is fine. So let's just go to zoom. If you want to auto zoom it, if you want to zoom on selection, let's go to fill colors. Okay, so maximum maybe something like this, and then the minimum is going to be something like this. So we have this here. When it is blank, you can just turn it off, or you can just say okay, so when it's blank it should be white. And then the border, what color do you want for your border? You can use any color that you want. So this should be fine for us. So when I put my cursor here, you can see it's showing profit because profit is selected on top here. When you click sales, you see it's showing sales, and then because sales is selected on top there. Now the next one we need to do is the sales by customer, which is a very simple one. So we can just copy this, paste it here. Okay, so we can select this, paste it here, and what we have to do is to take out the state and select customer name. So you can see now, you see some of them are not shown well, so it's difficult to read. So what you need to do is to go to y-axis, maximum size, you can increase it maybe to 40 just to see if everything is showing. So you can see everything is showing here. You can also customize it in a way that this will show will be shown on top. I have it in some of my videos. Remember guys, remember to subscribe, like and share. So we have this already done. You can also take out these values down here. So let's say you don't want it that way, you can take out the values, and then what you do is to show the data labels. So you can see the data labels are showing here, but I prefer to show the values just to reduce a bit of noise. So we have this here. Also the same thing we have to do for this. Let's increase the size. So we go to select it, you go to y-axis, and then the maximum width maybe something like 40, and that's it. So now, so far so good for all. If you select profit, profit for all. If you select sales, sales for all. You see, this is a very simple one. Now we need to add some filters for the month, for the year, and the various categories. Add in the year, okay, and we want it to be, we want it to use the tile slicer. Okay, so this is it. I want to show on one row, so let's go to layout. I want it to be single row, and then the maximum should be 4 or 5, depends. Okay, so the title, you can take it out, and because I don't want to do the formatting again, okay, so what I can do is to just select this one, go to Format Painter, and then come and click here. Sorry, I'll select it again, Format Painter, and I'll select this. Okay, the maximum should be 4. Okay, so and then I'll do another one for the category. Okay, and so let's first change the visual to be the tile slicer. So it looks good now. So we can now just put a text box somewhere here, and that will be okay. This is fine. Now what do we need to do? We need to now work on the drill through. Okay, so let's create another page. That page is going to be product details or sales details. Yes, sales details. Let's go to canvas background. We'll go and bring in the detail. Okay, so this is how it's going to look like. What I did was just to copy and paste what we have here. Okay, so we can just paste this here, and also I think I copied this, also this. For this we can reduce the size to be, let's go to the callout value. This can be 10, not when it's selected, sorry, it should be 10. Okay, so this also we can change it to 10. Okay, so this and this should be highlighted, so we can paste it here. I don't think, let's just bring it here. I can now just copy this and paste it here. Okay, so we just need to bring in a table here, and it's quite a simple one. So let me bring it here. Okay, so our table will contain what? So let's go to our data here, sorry, our data. So we start with category, this, the product name, profit, quantity, sales, state, subcategory. Okay, so what we need to format this a bit. So let's go to our formatting tool. The table should be none. Okay, so for grid is going to be 10 off the horizontal grid line. Okay, so this looks okay. The order date, let me format it to be short date. Okay, so we make it short date for the order date. And then this sum, we don't want to sum them. So you right click, don't summarize. You right click, don't summarize. Okay, so we want to create a drill through. Watch this. For example, I want to right click here and just say drill through, okay, and show me the sales for that particular category or profit. Now, because we are dealing with sales and profit, now make sure the page is selected. We go to page information. This is where we are going to decide whether we are using it for drill through or not. So you select drill through, and then it's asking what are the fields that you want to use for it. So I'll use those two fields, so sales, and I'll use profit. Okay, so let's go back here now and watch this. When I right click now on one of the categories, you can see the drill through here. So when I click, it takes me straight to this, taking into consideration this selected filter. So you can see I selected 2022 sales. So it's going to take me to all sales for this category in 2022. So you can see all the sales for this category in 2022. You can see all of them here. You get it? Now, another thing I can also do is, another interesting thing is, you can also right click on the card itself and then just go to drill through. So let's now try that of profit. You see, let's say, okay, so this is 470,000. When I right click also, so let's drill through. You can see the same amount here, and then it brings us here for 2022 for all categories. Okay, and then here also you can also do your own filtering to see what happens. Okay, so this is all I wanted to show you. Yeah, of course I'm going to add previous year and all those things to this report, but I just wanted to pause and share this with everyone, especially beginners, so that they can have something to play with and learn something from it. Okay, so thank you so much. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. There will be more videos on Power BI, more on SQL coming soon, and it's going to be very interesting. Okay, bye.